Okay, this video is to help with number 6 in the review assignment. We're finding all the zeros, which again just means solutions, or zeros mean the same thing. And we know there's going to be 3 answers here because it's an x cubed. All right, and so we don't have to list what's possible. We just have to actually find them. So the first step here would be then to find any ones we can on our calculator. So basically I'm going to type it in graph. Right, so to save some time, I already did that. So you see it on Desmos. And so I got a question earlier about like, well, I already see three answers, right? But those aren't listed as my choice, right? So I can see I have negative 5.6, negative 0.35, and then 1 as an answer. All right, so if I go back into my question, right, I don't have those choices. Okay, so I just want to try to help you make some sense of what's going on here. So what is actually happening is if we go back to the different types of answers, when you have solutions, there are within the real ones, there are both rational and irrational. Okay, so what is happening is your calculator will show any real ones. Any real ones will show up on the calc. They'll be the x-intercepts. Okay, so when we look at our graph for this particular question, we have one rational answer of 1, and then these two ones must be the irrational type. Right, they're kind of crazy decimals. I guess they stop here, but technically they would probably go on forever. Right, so what we're really seeing is 1 real and then 2 irrational. Okay, so if I go back into my question, all right, I can write down one of my answers, I think was 1 from the calculator, right? But then the other ones, I would have to match up the decimals, right? So I think it was like negative 5.6, I don't remember, and negative 0.35 or something like that, in that ballpark. Okay, so I would have to then match up, like, here's my irrational one. So I know it's not an imaginary one. It's not that one, that one. No, it's not one of these two, right? But then these would be irrational ones, right? So these decimals must match one of these irrational ones, right? The plus minus pair of irrational. Okay, so that's one way is you could convert these into all decimals and then try to match it up. Or the other route you could do is just continue the question by doing synthetic division and then solve what remains. Okay, so what that would look like is in the window, I would put my one rational answer of 1 and then do synthetic division. So I'd have 1, 5, negative 4, negative 2. Okay, so I would drop the 1, multiply with the window, add, multiply with the window, add, multiply with the window, and add. Okay, so I got remainder 0 as expected. Okay, and so what is left is x squared plus 6x plus 2, okay, equals 0, right? And so to solve that, then we would need to do our quad formula, all right? And I'm going to do the quick version where I just do the check mark first. So I'm going to do b squared, 6 squared minus 4 times a of 1 times c of 2. And so that'll be 36 minus 8, which is root 28. Okay, and then this one does clean up. It is a real answer because it's not a negative square root, but there is a perfect square of 4 that we can pull off. So we'll split it to 4 times 7, give us 2 radical 7. Okay, so if I complete my formula, I'll get x equals the opposite of b, so negative 6, plus or minus 2 radical 7, all over 2 times a. So 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, and then if you divide the 2 out, you'll get negative 3 plus or minus root 7, like 1 root 7 or just root 7. Okay, and so that would end up matching this choice. Okay, and again, if you did this, if you did like negative 3 plus root 7 on your calculator, I'm guessing that would be this number. And then if you did there's negative 3 minus root 7, I'm guessing you would get that number. Right, so really this is just these are just decimal versions of that answer. So that would be our other answer, our pair of answers, I guess, because it's a plus minus pair. So you get 3 answers, 1 rational, and then a pair of irrational answers. Okay, and so that comes back to, again, this type, right? So here we had 1 in the rational, and then we had a pair of irrational solutions. All right, hopefully that helps. Have a good day.